Today I'm gonna play on BC Game. Let me just post on my socials. For some reason, I don't think the title updated on YouTube. I don't actually know how to update my my YouTube title through Twitch. Anyway, okay, I'll start playing now. Okay, I'm gonna bet $500 per spin, or whatever you call it. So let's go. Okay, lit. First hand of the game. We won 1,500. Yeah, I think we won this hand too. Yeah, so if you guys were unsure, we're betting $500 per spin. So there's a chance to win 400K if we get another royal, which we did a few days ago. Okay, we got trips. Wait, how do I write the heart again? Oh my god. Wait, okay. Oh no, I don't have permissions to use the chat. What does that even mean? Wait, I think this is the wrong account anyway. But yeah. Yeah, actually, wait, BC Game UID 6502571. Wait, what does that mean? Who is BC Game 90, by the way? Is that the actual BC Game, YouTube? I tried to enter, the actual BC Game account, but it's not working, on Streamlabs for some reason. Anyway, okay, Jay Saren said, do you not play poker anymore? Actually, I do still play poker. I played Hustler Casino Live yesterday, or like on Monday, Max Pay Monday this week. And I'm also gonna play the WSOP main this year and the ladies event. And possibly Hustler Casino Live on June 30th, which is like in between the ladies and the main. Yeah, Ryan said there's a seat open, so I think I might play it, but I don't know yet. I'm also potentially gonna like just leave Vegas in the middle of it, like after I lose the ladies, and or hopefully win and like play the main. I'm totally gonna win both of those, by the way. I'm gonna win the ladies, and then I'm gonna be like, haha, psych, I actually won the main too. That's like definitely so likely to happen. If you couldn't understand, by the way, that was sarcasm. Okay, Will J says, why did you fold a gutter ball flush draw on the turn for $500, three-way on the turn? Oh my god, wait, I'm trying to remember this hand. Yeah, honestly, I made so many other mistakes that I was like obsessing about. I like didn't even pay attention that much to that hand, but you're probably right. It was probably really fucking stupid. In general, I'm like kind of like ditzy at most things, but at poker, like when I was playing 200 Blitz online, I actually did beat like that game, which is really hard to beat because there's like a lot of just like extremely tight, aggressive players in that game. And I actually beat it when I was like four tabling. Like well over 100k hand, so it was like definitely a decent sample size. And yeah, obviously in Hustler Casino Live, I'm not playing my ranges anywhere close to that. Like I think my VPEP in 200B was like 22. I think like my PFR was like I don't know, 19 or 20. And in Hustler Casino Live this week, my VPIP was 39 and my PFR was 22. And the reason why I did this is because, okay, so if you're going to play optimally in Hustler Casino Live, you would play like a really low VPIP, but like probably about the same number PFR. Like honestly in Hustler, maybe play like, I don't know, like 24 or something like that, 24, 22. But I also want to play the stream again, and I want people to like be interested in what I'm doing. So I decided, okay, I'm not going to 3-bet all the time. That's just like burning money. Like if you're just 3-betting with shitty hands in that game, everyone's going to call you. So it's really lighting money on fire. But I'm like, I just want to see a flop with like a shit ton of hands, and that's how I'm going to make my VPIP really high. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try to get like a 40% VPIP, which I almost did. My VPIP ended up being 39, and my PFR was only 22. So like, oh shit, total fish stats, what happened just now? But on the bright side, I think more people are playing this game because of me, because there was 20 people playing video poker when I like logged on, and now there's 30. So hopefully you guys entered because of me. By the way, my referral code is pokerbunny if anyone wants to play on BC Game. For some reason, my permissions to play BC Poker as like a streamer were not, like, someone forgot to like accept that yet, but I guarantee you, because BC Game, they just added poker, so it's probably a really sick site to play poker on, because like everyone's probably a fish on this site, since like no one even knows about the site for poker. Like, the site's been around for a long time for casino games, but they only added poker like a couple months ago. So if you want to like catch some fish, honestly, log into this site. I'm just looking at the comments right now. But yeah, I played some really fucking stupid hands on Hustler Casino Live. Okay, I'll tell you one of them. So, I called someone pre-flop with 4-deuce suited. Honestly, that was my plan on the stream. Nothing wrong with that. I want to get in the mix with some suited shit. And then, okay, flop was like... Oh my god, I'm gonna completely butcher this hand. But like the entire run out, there was like a ace, a 4, and the board was also paired as well. Anyway, the point is I had 4 deuce, and I basically had like a little bit of showdown value on the river. Oh my god, okay, I'm not even gonna try to attempt reciting this hand, I'm just completely butchering it right now. But the point was, so I checked back the turn, which basically showed that I had nothing on the river, because the river didn't, like, it was like a total blank. So oh my god, I'm so embarrassed talking about this hand right now. But the river was a total blank. And then, for some fucking stupid reason, I tried to bluff a hand with the showdown value on this river for like over pot. I bet like 3,500 into like 3K. And obviously this girl called me down because I checked back the turn, which wouldn't make any sense with any of my hands that I would be betting like over pot on the river with. Like, the river was a blank, so it was so fucking stupid. And then after the hand, I was like, oh my god, I forgot I checked back the turn. Yeah, I have like this stupid tendency of like being way too aggressive sometimes with bluffs on the river, which is really bad a lot of the time because people don't like to fold rivers, especially not when you check back the turn. But anyway, at least it's better than being too passive in poker. I also haven't played much poker in like a year, so I'm a little bit rusty, not gonna lie. Still, I think doing extremely well versus the people who play Hustler Casino Live, because I did play like almost a million hands of poker and I beat 200B, but I am rusty right now compared to like how I used to play. Someone said, Pennywise said any words about Nick Vertucci. I have no idea what's going on with that situation. Yeah, honestly, he was always nice to me. Nothing weird happened. He was always like, just like, seemed like a decent guy. I know he has like 3 or 4 daughters, so yeah. Yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about him. I really also just don't know what's going on in that situation. Let's see if we get quads this time. Oh shit, we got a full house for 4K. Yeah, so in case any of you guys were wondering, I did literally get a royal flush in this game a few days ago for 400K, because I was betting 500 per spin, or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I was literally like talking about, I was just trying to like make conversation in the stream prior to me getting that hand. So I was like, oh my god, imagine if we get like a royal flush, guys. I've only gotten like 5 royal flushes in my life, which is actually a lot. Okay, maybe not much for a million hands, because you're supposed to get like a royal flush like every 40K hands, but I still consider that a lot, because I know pros who've literally never had a royal flush before, and then I literally got a royal flush like on this site, like playing video poker. Oh my god, another full house. Wow. Okay, we're up, guys, by the way. Yeah, I got another full house on this site. I got a royal flush on this site for 400K a few days ago. So yeah, I definitely have only good things to say about this site. Someone said a lot of people are doing that. Check turn, then bomb the river, leveling your opponent's range. Okay, so when the river is like a scare card, I can totally get behind just like pumping a huge bet versus like especially fish on a scary run out. But this river was literally a brick. It did nothing for like anyone, seriously. And I was just like, oh my god, like, I know she has an ace. I'm gonna try to get her to like fold it or something. And I totally wasn't even thinking about the fact that I checked back the turn, because if I just thought about this hand for like a few more seconds, I'd been like, oh my god, she's never folding here. So stupid. Anyway. Yeah, but I just have like a natural, like, my natural, I don't know what you call it, but I'm always just, most people in poker, they're like too passive, and I'm like I'm like usually too passive in everything except poker, but in poker for some reason I just have like this like natural like intuition to like just be more aggressive than I'm supposed to. And obviously you want to be really aggressive in poker, but not as aggressive as like I was like starting out, for example, because I was just like, oh my god, I'm gonna bet everything, like every fucking street. And like the good players, obviously they always called me down, and I've earned a lot of money doing that. But it is better than like naturally being too passive in poker, because you can think about it like this. If you're like okay, if you're like skiing like on snow with skis, and you're like, the first time you go skiing, you're like going way more fast and like aggressive than you're supposed to. Well, it's really easy to learn how to like tone that back and like become like a more like medium, like better skier. But if you start out skiing and you're like way too slow and scared than is optimal, it's really, really hard to like learn how to be like a fast skier. It's way easier to go from being like way too fast and aggressive to then being like somewhere in the middle, than going from like really passive and scared to being somewhere in the middle. And honestly, I have no idea why in poker I'm just like randomly like very aggressive, because in everything else I'm not. But yeah, for some reason in poker, maybe because like I learned poker when I was super little. Like my dad actually taught me when I was 6 years old, and actually he's a really, really tight like knit. Like he's not even tight aggressive in any way, he's just like a tight knit. But I think at the time he was like more like aggressive than normal. Like he was telling me about like how I need to be like I'm supposed to like only 3-bet pre-flop, only 3-bet pre-flop. And okay, in Hustler that's actually like a really bad strategy, but like online in like 200B, that's like a really good strategy. And for some reason I just got in my head that I need to be like really aggressive in poker. So yeah. Yeah, for the record, I think check, turn, then bomb the river is like a really bad strategy unless the river. I'm like replying to Will J here. He said a lot of people are doing that check, turn, then bomb the river, leveling your opponent's range. No, I think that's like a really bad line in general unless the river is like, I don't know, just a really scary card. Because the thing is, okay, first of all, you should not be checking many flops ever, like unless it's like super multi-way. Even though in those cases it's usually like good to bet, especially in position. But like, okay, when you're playing heads up, like honestly, this sounds really stupid, but a really good strategy is just to bet like every flop small, like in position, because people are seriously overfolding like on these boards. Like if you look at Pio, people are supposed to be continuing with like weird like backdoor flush draws, just stuff that like doesn't really make sense. Also, the main thing is like people's defending range is usually way looser than it's supposed to be. That means so much of their range is gonna fold if you just c-bet the flop. So if you want to exploit these players, you just want to like, you could just like literally c-bet every flop heads up in position. Yeah, like checking the flop as like an exploitative thing, you can kind of imagine people are going to be checking back like middle pair, just like middling hands where they would be like the kind of obvious ones to like check back. And it's actually really easy to like kind of figure out what their check back range is on the flop. It's super easy to figure out like heads up. It's more harder to figure out multi-way. But yeah, it's usually like just a lot of middling hands. If it's like a really tight player, okay, they're checking back shitty hands too. If it's like an average player, they're just probably only checking back like middle pair and like some bottom pair. So you can really like exploit that. So this like turn like bomb river line just isn't so much of a thing. It is way more common though to like check flop and turn than to check flop and then bet turn and bet river. People have like a really hard time like figuring out like what you're supposed to bet on the turn after you check back the flop, because again, like people just don't really study like the flop check back range like as much as they should have. And then they definitely like don't really know how to play many turns in that line. So yeah. There used to be like this Canadian girl, this poker player, this like online player named like, oh my god, wait, okay, don't like tell me 89 or something, don't something 89, and she's probably like the best like cash game, like online cash game player in the world. Okay, I don't know why I was bringing this up. I was looking at one of the comments and I was like, Okay, yeah, honestly, I have no idea why I just mentioned that just now. Like, don't tell me 89 or something. I think my point was, like, there's not that many, like, well-studied, like, online cash players, I guess. Like, who are women, I mean. but I don't really know why I was thinking about that. Michael Edwards said, I'd be in the positive playing poker if I had you as a coach. Aw, that's really sweet. I think I would actually be like a terrible coach though. I feel like I'm not very good at explaining myself a lot of the time. Actually at Hustler Casino like the other day, this guy who was not playing on the stream part, but he joined the game afterwards, like after the stream ended, he told me, oh my god, Poker Bunny, like, you told me you were gonna coach me a while ago, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm so sorry. At the time, like a few years ago, my friend told me, oh my god, you have to start making money by coaching, but I really didn't want to coach because I knew I was gonna suck at it. And then, I never ended up coaching this guy, even though like I told him I was going to. And then I told him at Hustler, like, don't worry, you probably would have lost money playing poker if I was coaching you. Not even because, like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I actually do when it comes to, like, cash game stuff especially. But, like, I'm just terrible at, like, coaching. Yeah, the one thing about Hustler Casino Live, or any of the live streams, that I don't really like is it's definitely like frowned upon to talk about poker strategy. And I actually love talking about poker strategy. Like, that's why I fell in love with the game. I wanted to like learn the strat, and like at the time I wanted to be like the best like female poker player, which never actually happened. I mean, I'm definitely like pretty good at cash games, but like I just like really wanted to know like what the fuck I was doing when I was playing poker. And on the live streams, like talking about strategy is really, really frowned upon. Like when I was playing the live streams a few years ago, I was like literally obsessed with strategy, but like not exploitative strategy at all, which I'm like way more into now, but like just like GTO. And I was like always like, oh my god, I had like the wrong combo of jacks there. That's so fucking stupid. And no one knew what the hell I was talking about. Plus, it didn't even fucking matter, like in like a live stream, because you should really not think about GTO at all. I just play exploitative in those games. I felt like I had to like prove myself. I was like, oh my god, Pio says this, Pio says that. Pio solver, by the way, in case you guys don't know what I'm talking about. It's like a GTO solver. And yeah, people were not like into me talking about that. But honestly, what I did on the stream like the other day was even worse. I was just like, oh my god, I'm gonna try to think of like the most like, I don't know, not interesting is the wrong word, but like I just was like, oh my god, I want to go viral, I'm going to talk about some funny shit, and then it totally backfired, and everyone was like, oh my god, this girl is so fucking annoying, you need to turn her mic off. I wasn't talking about poker strategy at all, I was just talking about really stupid shit, and it was like definitely a mistake. Michael Edwards said ATL is no strat talk, just luck. Well, I agree with half of that. Definitely don't talk about strat, but it's definitely not just luck. Like, you really need to be experienced, like in poker, to like play like really well exploitatively. Like that part is like definitely not luck. Okay, he also said, if you had infinite bankroll, would you like to play heads up against online Isildur, Dwan, or Negroni? Okay, are you asking me who would I prefer to play against out of those three? It's kind of a tough question. Like, I think everyone would kind of agree, like, Isildur is the most, like, technically sound of those guys, but, like, he was, like, doing that shit, like, 15 years ago. I don't actually know if he's, like, up to date on, like, GTO now. A lot of people really like to, like, talk shit about Negranu, but, I think he actually did, like, do a lot of study for tourneys. At least, like, 3 years ago, I heard this interview with him, and he actually, like, sounded pretty fucking smart. Okay, no, he's not, oh my god, what's that short guy's name? I'm trying to remember. The short turning player. What's his name? Okay, my point is, he's not, like, the best in the world at tourneys by any means. Of course not. But I actually do think he can, like, mix it up versus, like, some of those guys in a tournament. It sounded like he knew what he was talking about. Like, when I was listening to him, like, a couple of years ago, a while before that, he was always saying, like, fuck GTO, like, just don't learn it. And definitely you really want to know GTO if you're playing the high stakes tourneys. But more recently, he was actually, like, really into it. I think Dwan in this day and age might actually be, like, easier to play against than the other two. I think most people would snap say, like, Isildur and Dwan are the toughest, but actually, like, if I was playing a tourney, I think I would definitely choose Dwan as, like, the least strong of those three. Yeah, like, one time I was listening to this interview with, oh my god, what is this guy's name? I'm literally forgetting so many of the names of poker players. But, I was listening to Negrano in an interview with, you guys are gonna laugh at me for forgetting his name, like, the main, like, poker YouTuber. Oh my god, how am I forgetting him? I'm literally Googling main poker YouTuber. I used to, like, watch this guy all the time. Okay, Doug Polk. Oh my god, I feel like an idiot for forgetting his name. So I was listening to an interview with Doug Polk and Negrano, and at that time, Doug Polk hadn't really been playing. He kind of, like, did, like, a half kind of, like, retirement for a couple of years. And Negrano was explaining this, like, FT hand to him. And he was, like, asking Negrano, like, why did this guy from, like, middle position only put, like, 2/3 of his stock in when he had, like, 10 big blinds left with pocket tens? And Doug Polk, like, didn't know the answer. Like, he, at that point, was not, like, up to date on tourneys. And Negrani was like, oh, well, it's because if there's, like, some crazy significant action after you put 2/3 of your stock in with tens, like, if you're middle position and you put 66 of your stock in with tens, and then some guy, like, rejams and another guy rejams, well, yeah, you want to get the fuck out of there with tens, and then you're still going to have, like, 3.5 big blinds left after like one person busts, and you're also going to make a pay jump. So like Negrano knew that, and like Doug Polk didn't, and I was just like, oh shit. Like, I know Negrano probably specifically brought it up in that interview because he knew it was like at the time not as much of like a well-known technical thing, and he wanted to like show up Doug Polk and be like, I know this FT tourney strat and you don't. But still, I think he actually like really does care about like knowing the strategy. Anyway, do any of you guys have like more questions? Okay, Michael Edwards said, I think Negrano would be harder heads of cash, but Isildur and Dwan better tourney players. But the question was, who do you like more out of those three, and who's your favorite player, Linus? Okay, out of those three, I would have to choose Isildur. Like, he's like, I think he's like very like autistic and like just like a shy person, and he's also like just I mean, he used to be like the best like online poker player in the world. Like, he was way more into strat at that time than Dwan and Negrano were. So he's like an OG. I definitely really like him. I also met him a couple times, by the way, which I think is like, you're kind of unlikely to meet him in poker because he's so like elusive and stuff, and like doesn't want to like show his face anywhere. Yeah, I met him once at King's Casino and like the Czech Republic during WSOP Europe, and I also met him, he randomly was at my table at like a WSOP tourney. It was like the last tourney of the series. It was like that like super turbo. He was randomly at my table. And he also used to be like friends with my ex, so like yeah, the previous at that tourney I like like when I was at his table, I like showed him a picture of like him like with his arm around my ex, and also literally another picture with my good friend Dara, and he's like, oh yeah, I love those guys. He seems like a sweet person. Negrano, I do really like though. I think he's like pretty out there and like pretty funny. I also think he's like kind of an underrated player because a lot of people are kind of like, oh my god, Negrano sucks compared to like the really good players, and I'm like, actually, I don't know about that. I'm actually following both the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat, by the way, in response to Ben979. Oh yeah, okay, Tony Elliott said maybe change your title, you're not playing 200 NL. I know, I don't even know how to change the title though, that's the issue. Yeah. I was able to change it on Twitch, but I don't know how to change it on YouTube. But yeah, okay, that was a really long answer, but my favorite player out of the three, Negrano, Isildur, or Dwan, is definitely Isildur. Oh, actually, I realized I did meet all three of these players, and I also got a picture with Dwan. I think Negrano would be second, because I think he's, like, funny and actually underrated. And Dwan, like, he's definitely, like, an OG, but, like, I feel like he didn't really, like, try very hard in, like, the last 15 years to be good at the game. But I'm sure he's like still like a really sick like heads up cash game player. Yeah, the picture I took with Dwan, he looked really annoyed, like, in the picture. He definitely looked like I was, like kidnapping him or something to take this picture with me. I was also wearing, like, a pretty slutty outfit, so I don't think he liked the vibe. Yeah, I think I still have that picture up on my Instagram, though. It's at pokerbunny with 2 Y's, in case you were wondering. Let me see if I still have this. I do actually, yeah. It got 61,000 views, okay. Yeah, I definitely looked slutty AF in this picture. But yeah, if you want to see it, just like keep scrolling down on my Instagram. It's at pokerbunny with 2 Y's. That, yeah, we took that picture at Aria. I also saw him another time, like, back when I was, like, playing in Bobby's room. He was there. He didn't play, but he just, like, walked to the table and was, like, staring at us for a second. Oh, yeah, I know I say, like, a lot. Sorry, guys. I don't think there's anything I could do about it. Michael Edwards said, yep, good analysis. I like Isildur, Dwan, and Antonius. I did meet Antonius briefly one time. But I was really good friends with, like, his good friend named Michael Acevedo, who wrote, like, GTO Poker Strategy. And, he was telling me a lot of funny stories about Antonius, because he was coaching him for a while. But yeah, I just saw Antonius, like, walking through Bellagio one time, and I was like, oh my god, hey, I'm, like, such a huge fan. Yeah, I don't know as much about, like, Antonius's, like, poker game now, but if I had to guess, he would probably be on, like, the same level as Dwan, I guess. So I would say, like, Negreanu and Isildur are probably, like, better than those two, like, currently. Oh my god, I thought that was a full house for a second. I was like, let's fucking go. But then I realized, okay, never mind, it's just two pair. Oh shit, we got a full house. Guys, I'm definitely down to answer your questions if you have anything to say in the chat. Stanley Wade said, betting $500 a hand. Yep, let's fucking go. Kalonga said rigged site. Yeah, it is rigged. It's rigged to give you guys amazing luck. Like seriously, this is the best site ever. Yeah, I never won so much on a site before. It's sick. Let me see something. Oh wait. Okay, wait, one sec, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, hey guys, I'm back. One sec. Let me put the camera back on. Oh wait. Oh. Okay, hey guys, I'm back. Len Cap said, going old school like when you first started playing in your bedroom. No guys, I moved up. I have an actual chair now, so in case you guys were wondering, it's so different. Oh my god, I hate these bangs so much. I feel like I have to, like, brush them out. Yeah, getting bangs is a really bad idea. Especially because my hair is curly, so yeah, just like not smart. Oh wait, what's going on? Oh my god. Oh. I pressed the wrong thing, huh? Michael Edwards said, we loved watching you on HCL. You don't like this Omaha bomb pots though. Okay, yeah, like, look, I'm all for playing super loose and hold'em on that show. But if it's a game where I literally have no idea what I'm fucking doing, and also, I swear, it's like, okay, I don't know if this is actually true. I haven't really given it much thought, but I swear it's like way easier to get all in like one of those like scary like double board bomb pots than it is in hold'em. And it's totally fine in hold'em. Like, at least I know how to play the game, but like Omaha bomb pots, yeah, like double board, oh my god. I don't even know what to do in Omaha, let alone a single board bomb pot, let alone a double board bomb pot. Like, no thank you. That's why I kept asking them. I was like, is it really frowned upon if I don't play this? And they were like, no, it's fine. So then I thought like, oh shit, what happened? Then I thought like, okay, well,